right, babies, it's that time again. Oh, yeah. I do have my seatbelt on. Oh, yeah. So I'm not going to talk about Joshua 6 very much at all. It's basically the whole shouting of Jericho's wall down so that the army of Israel could go in and take what God promised them and destroy the city and keep all the treasures, but saving the one Rahab prostitute who helped spy the area out so that the town could be vanquished. Oh yeah, that sounds loving, doesn't it? Whew. Oh yeah, baby. I got a big charge out of that. Not. Oh my God. All right, so we're not going to talk about that. Well, I guess I should say something about it. Like, why is that there? It's there because Israel was being scattered and they needed a history to unite everyone in one faith, both in the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Northern kingdom being Israel, southern kingdom being Judah. And somewhere around 500 BC, these writings were created to bring inspiration to people and to bind them together because they're scattered, and there's also the Babylonian captivity, and then they were in exile. So these stories help keep their faith in God. Basically, that's it. All right, enough of that. So, yes, I wore my tiger coat to church. Big event. Oh, my Lord Jesus, have mercy on our souls. There wasn't any, no one brought any attention to it, which, of course, is attention itself. And there's your response. Oh, my God, what is he wearing? Don't even look at him, kind of a thing. Yeah. So, also, what was funny about it was they happened to be teaching on Genesis 2 about a man leaving his mother and father to cleave to his wife. Oh, yeah. So there was a lot of talk about marriage. As I'm standing there in my fur coat. Standing because of my hip. I don't like to sit if I don't have to. And wearing the coat because it was cold. They didn't put the heat on yesterday. I was cold the whole service. So there you have it, babies. Can that thing stop ringing? No, it can't. Eventually it does, right? Like, I think it does it like twice and then it ends. All right, whatever. So what do I want to say? Oh, also that not only were they teaching on Genesis 2, which I thought was funny, but also later in the service, the pastor particularly cited gay relationships as a sign of the world falling apart. I know you're probably thinking all these bumps in the road here, and I'm always saying the roads in Brantford are good. This highway patch here needs to be fixed, but the roads around town are nice. So yeah, that was really encouraging. So I don't know what that means. What am I going to do? Am I going to keep dressing up? And yeah, pretty much. I'm going to keep it on until further notice. But there's another interesting thing happening in church. The reason why I like to go to this Black Pentecostal church is because of the spiritual gifts being manifest. And by that I mean there are people who I believe are gifted with giving words of knowledge and prophecy. I haven't seen any healings, but I believe it's, they believe in that. We have that power. So some of you might be wondering, if you think Joshua is a loaded crap, what makes you think words of knowledge and healing and us having the ability to the ability to have the power to heal, what makes you think that's not also a load of crap? Good question. The reason I believe that is because I've been the subject of these words of knowledge and or prophecy, whatever you want to call it, several times in my life. Like, I'll go visit a church where these gifts are being manifest, and I specifically will get called out of the church, and either the pastor residing there or a visiting person will speak into my life about what's going on in me and give me encouragement that God's hand is on me, etc., that type of a thing. And they've always been like right on. They haven't been like, just general things you could say to somebody. I can't remember now because this happened so many times in my life. So I believe those things are for real. And I've seen it other times too, where people are operating in that gift, and the word that is flowing through them is so strong, and it almost sounds like it's rehearsed, because there's like no hesitation in the delivery of it. But given the circumstance and the person and the reaction of the person receiving the message, it appears totally authentic to me. Now, I have been in situations where it hasn't been authentic, and it does look rehearsed, and it doesn't look very unique to that person. And that's when, I don't think people are necessarily trying to be deceptive. I just think they're just, learning to develop that gift, and so you have to give them time to do that. Now, having said all that, this guy, young guy who's usually sitting next to me, he got up yesterday and gave a very bold word to everyone about, God moving in a glorious way this year and using people in new ways. And it was very strong and unique. It was something he normally wouldn't do. He's very quiet. He sits there like a church mouse, so to speak. So it was really remarkable to see him operating that way. And I kind of joked with him as he came back to his seat, and I just said to him, I was wondering when you were going to get around to doing that. So he chuckled. And the other interesting thing about that is I said the very thing he said in his word, I said to someone else just before the service. Oh yeah, baby. That's what it's all about. All right, have a good day.